So in this lesson we're going to talk about textures in materials. In order to use textures we need materials, and you can see we have a material. Let's call it test. You can change it here. Now one more thing, and it's very important. I'm going to introduce you the shader editor of Blender, which you can find here in shading menu. If your shading menu is a bit different, you can change it. Like if you watch the video about how to customize the Blender interface in the course, you can find. I just did this because it's more convenient for me. Now I would like to introduce you to this editor, which is called node-based shader editor. It's node-based. Node-based means it is based on nodes, working with nodes. Nodes are these rectangular shapes, which are pieces of properties, right? Connected to each other with these connecting dots. Yeah. You can connect nodes to each other and output a specific material. If you are new to node-based editors, don't worry, you will get used to them. Because pretty much every software, 3D software and other software, game engines, everything has this type of some sort of node-based editors. Okay, like connecting nodes like these with wires and dots, right? We are not going to go very deep into details of node-based editor or shader editor of Blender, but we are going to use it for our purpose. Okay. I'm going to talk about textures. So textures are pictures on your computer. You can even take a picture of on your phone, yeah, and transfer it to your computer and use it here in Blender. Any photograph, any picture, any image on your computer can be used as a texture. Texture is just image file, right? So you can create, even you can create textures inside of Blender. For example, Shift A, texture, image texture. Shift A is universal for creating new things in Blender. As you can see, you have two options. You can open either, or you can create new, untitled. Let's say base color, because it is what we call base color, right? And 1024, let's change it 2048, right, by 2048, and we don't need alpha. And the color, you can change it to any color. Let's change it to maybe bright green. Okay, and let's color to base color. Now it's bright green, and you have this texture, base color. This is actually an image file, and it is, for now, temporarily, it's kept inside of Blender. You can also save it on your computer. But you don't have to. If you really need, I can show how you do it. UV editing, image, save, and you can save this red image, no, green, bright green somewhere, okay? And now we will talk about how to bring in some texture files from a computer, okay? Image texture, and you can open like here, from here, or you can drag and drop image files from your computer directly from the Windows Explorer, okay? Let's delete this. And these are some of the textures. These are how textures usually look. Let's change the different, let's see the different image files, right? Different sorts of textures. So usually when you download textures from the internet, there can be a few textures, not only one texture, because as I said, base color, metallic, roughness, most important properties of materials can be almost all of these properties can be controlled with textures. But when you download textures from the internet, only most important textures are usually included in your texture pack. And there are tons of websites where you can buy or freely download some textures. And one of them is, which I highly recommend, is polyhaven.com. You can find free textures, HDR maps, and even 3D models. Okay, and let's bring in some of the textures. As you can see, this is the color texture. It's base color. We can connect it to base color, and now you can see your cube is turned into a brick cube, right? Made of bricks. But as you can see, it doesn't really look like brick wall, right? As you can see, because there is no depth, there is no details. It's just faking, right? But as I told you, we have other textures which can fake these details. Let's bring in roughness. This is roughness because, as you can see here, or how can we see? See it like this. Castle Brick 07 rough. Rough means roughness. Roughness and ambient occlusion AO. NOR is normal. Displace is displacement. Diffuse is base color. AO is ambient occlusion. You don't have to know all of them. We will talk about them later. So there is no, as you can see, there is no metallic because, hey, it is brick wall. Bricks cannot be metallic. So let's bring in this roughness, and we're going to use normal, which is pretty cool trick and faking option to give you great details. Now let's connect color to roughness. This is roughness, and automatically you can see a change here. Now it starts to look more like brick wall, right? But one more thing, we need to change the color space when we, apart from base color textures, other textures must have this color space changed to non-color usually. But sometimes you don't have to. Often you have to. And also, you can see the details better when you go into render view and when you have a light, some sort of light. Let's bring this light here, and as you can see, there is some lighter reflective parts and there is some rough parts, right? Let's remove roughness map and see how it changes. It's a tremendous change. It's a really big change, right? As you can see, it's really big change. Roughness map is doing a lot already, but normal map is even cooler. It's even better at faking details. So let's add normal map, but you cannot just add normal color to this normal socket, right? Because as you can see, the colors are also different. It's not here, it's also different. So come on, let's choose color map, normal map from vector category, and color to color, normal to, let's change something before it, non-color, or let's see the difference. I haven't changed it. So let's connect this. Now that's another, it's a really big thing, as you can see. But let's change this color space to a non-color and see the difference. It's much better now, right? Because as I told you, when it is another, it's a different map from base color, you must change this sRGB to non-color. And now everything is rendered correctly and you can see the details really well. This is how powerful the textures can be. This is how powerful they are, and this is why all of these all the games that you play on your computer, all the animation films that you watch on TV, all of them are made in 3D programs, and they all use different some level of texturing to give fake details, to be more realistic. So because it's really hard to really make these physically make these details. It's really hard, and it's very, very power consuming. So this is a extremely efficient way of making details and things, and there are tons of websites where you can download these sort of textures and use for your own purpose. So this is all for now. Of course, we will talk about textures a lot more than that in the dedicated sections, but now it's enough.